Hi guys, it's Carissa, and I had a really great scan today. I feel so grateful right now because, as you may know from my video on Monday, things were not looking very good. And it was looking like my estrogen level was starting to rise without much activity in my ovaries, and they would potentially have had to cut back my dose, which wouldn't really help my follicle growth. So I went in today, having looked at my chart online last night, and saw that my estrogen level was at 213, I think. So even though it went up, it wasn't drastic enough for me to feel worried about that. So that gave me a little bit of peace of mind. Then I went in for my scan today, and right away I could tell there was a difference, because right when she puts the wand in, my uterus is right in the middle of the screen. And then my right ovary is like tucked underneath it right there in the front. So I can usually see a partial image of my right ovary right away when she's checking for my lining. My lining was a little bit on the low side. It measured at like a 633, which for me is low. I feel like my lining usually is closer to a 7 or an 8 by this point, which is fine. I definitely have time for it to grow. And, but that didn't really concern me. When I was looking at that, all I could think was, thank goodness, my right ovary looked so drastically different to me than it did on Monday. And I know, I mentioned that at one point things just kind of start to really move and progress, and I think that that's the point that we reached today. Because it made me so happy. My ovary looks like boba, like bubble tea, and it had still a good amount of follicles, but they seemed significantly larger, some more than others. And when she measured, the the two largest ones were about a 10. The left side was still a little bit hard to see. It was still a little foggy, but it was quite a bit better than it was on Monday. And I can attribute that to the dose of milk of magnesia I took Monday night that worked well into the afternoon yesterday. I'm glad I didn't take a second dose. I almost did, but I thought this might be enough for now. So I'm glad I did it though, because I feel like I got a much more clear picture of what's going on the left side today as a result. And there was also a 10 over there and several smaller ones that were all about the same. The good news is, aside from the growth, the good news is that it looks like there may be up to 16 follicles. And that is just, that is above and beyond what I would have ever expected after what we saw on Monday. I know I told you that some of them looked like they were two next to each other that were being measured as one, and that's basically what must have happened to a few of those to make the number different. But so I just feel like I can breathe now. Of course, if you've done IVF before, or if you're going through it now, or if you know anything about the procedure in general, it's really easy to start worrying about whether or not any of those follicles are viable and have eggs in them. And I'm not even going to let myself care about that, because I'm just going to have faith that the ones that I have in there are good and they're all working together to be, maybe to even outdo each other. I'm just going to believe that I'm going to have the best of what I have is the best of what I could get. So it was also really nice to have good news to tell Mike today, because on Monday I didn't go into it too detailed, but being away from home, and he's stressed about the class he's taking and just wanting to be back home with me and the dogs and everything. But I wanted to be honest with him, but I didn't want to upset him too much. So I just told him there's a chance that things aren't going very well right now. But I think everything looks great. I was told that everything's measuring up perfectly because everything is so close in size. And I ordered my next gonal pen today. I did want to talk about that. Maybe I'll make a separate video for you. The newest gonal pens that I got are a new design. And I think that they did it to improve them, to make them more user-friendly. But if you're used to the old pens, these pens will scare the hell out of you. Because I feel like I'm not getting any medicine out of them. I know I am, and I can see that I am, and everything's fine. But it's just because of the way that they operate now, it's very different. So maybe I'll make a separate video and show you what I have there with that. But I ordered my next pen. This will be my third full pen, and originally my protocol called for 5 to be ordered. I already had 2.5 in the fridge. Whoa, did you see that dust just go across it's a cat hair. You guys, I'm sorry, I bring up cat hair every time I film, but that's just my life. I've got 2 cats. They're long hair cats. Oh, so embarrassing. Anyway, so this isn't the first pen that I'm paying for this cycle, and I did have the compassionate care credit, so I do get a 50% discount on it, so that's good. And this is the first really big, I guess, medication purchase that I'm making, but I feel better about it knowing that this could potentially be my last one, or I might only have to get a half pen after this. So I feel good. I'm feeling good about everything. I'm in a really great place today, and that could all change on Friday, who knows, but until then, I'm just going to enjoy it and be grateful and thankful as I am, because that's all I can do. So thank you for all of your support and your kind words. My gynecologist did push through the metformin prescription, but I am out of it as of today, so it wasn't ready at the pharmacy, and they said it won't be ready till the end of the week. I'm going to miss a few days of that, and that's not great. That's not ideal, but I also made an appointment with a new gynecologist that a friend recommended. Thanks, Karen. And it's supposed to be a really great office, really great doctor. And at this point, anything is better than what I'm working with. And even the nurse that took my call, or the receptionist, was so much nicer than the ones at my current OBGYN. So I made that improvement this week. I'm just positive things, good things, positive, happy, good things. So that's what's going on over here, and I will update you guys on Friday and let you know how everything's progressing. Thank you again. Thank you as always. I love you guys. Bye.